In today's edition of Milwaukee Bucks Daily, Wisconsin Herd general manager Dave Dean and head coach Jordan Brady reflect on the teams. We look at the Bucks' success when facing off against Western Conference teams this year and much more. With the Herd's expansion now all wrapped up, it's hard not to feel some level of disappointment, considering how fast of a start they got off to earlier in the year. But as both Dean and Brady point out, the big-picture developments they experienced this year made their introduction to the G League one to remember on many fronts. Like you can each and every day, keep on coming by here to Behind the Buck Pass to get the latest coverage, analysis and post-game reactions that relates to both the Bucks as well as the Herd. If you find an article, podcast, a piece of news that you think should be included in the next edition of the Daily, contact us on Twitter at @BehindTheBucks or by email at email protected. Back to the present, let's look at today's Bucks stories. Best of Behind the Buck Pass from March 27, 18 Milwaukee Bucks game preview. March 27 at LA Clippers Red here. Before last night's game, Adam McGee previewed the Bucks matchup with the LA Clippers that started off their excursion out west. Wisconsin Herd, reflecting on their expansion Red here. I looked back on the Wisconsin Herd's first ever, running through their various successes and struggles throughout the year, the purpose they served for the Bucks and much more. Best of Bucks across the internet from March 27, 18 Wisconsin Herd proud of successful inaugural Red here. John Doran of Fox 11 caught up with both Wisconsin Herd general manager Dave Dean as well as head coach Jordan Brady as they reflected on the team's expansion campaign that wrapped up late last week. Clippers 105, Bucks 98, three-point shooting proves to be difference in loss Red here. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Matt Bilarth reported from the Staples Center following the Bucks' loss to the Clippers on Tuesday night, as he spoke to Joe Prunty and multiple players about the team's sluggish start and finish. Milwaukee Bucks, better against Western Conference than the East Red here. Josh Cornelison over at Hoops Habit examined the Bucks' uncharacteristic success against Western Conference opponents this year. Milwaukee Bucks, looking beyond Brandon Jennings' surface success Red here. Also of Hoops Habit, Max Carlin touched on Brandon Jennings' second stint with the Bucks, and while HES performed well in his role to this point, there are a few aspects in his play that could mean the other shoe is about to drop, so to speak. Ricky Ledo inked with Vaca Arstabiaman Red here. Just days after the Herd's wrapped up, Ricky Ledo has lined up his next stop as he will play for Vaca Arstabiaman of the Balconesto Superior National League in Puerto Rico, first reported by Dionysis Aravantinos of Eurohoops. That's it for today's roundup, but we'll be back to do it all again tomorrow.